How much money have you made in 1 month streaming, feet pics, feet licks, all up, everything in?
Okay, maybe around.
What's poppin', guys? Today we're here in Bali, Indonesia, and we're gonna be interviewing super successful digital nomads. Make sure you stick around to the end of this video because we ask people questions like this. Could you possibly share with them, maybe your biggest month you've ever had revenue-wise?
Yeah, so our biggest month is around like...
That's crazy. Yeah.
One guy asked me, can I lick your feet for money? It's like, sure.
Would you say that college is necessary or important to help you achieve success in your life and your career?
Okay.
All right, I'm out here with the man, the myth, the legend, the Danish Andrew Tate, as some would say.
Bullying is good. If you're fat, it's your own fault. You have to take responsibility. There's only 2 genders. Ooh, so controversial. And yeah, if you're a girl, you probably shouldn't have a body count over 5. What up, bro?
What's your name?
Casper.
All right, so we just got back to the crib and my boy Fanwell pulled up.
What's up? How are you guys doing?
Good. So yeah, can I ask you a few questions?
Of course.
So I'm here with
Blake Topaz.
Sweet. So do you mind if I ask you a couple questions about life in Bali?
Sure.
All right, so I'm here with
Hi, I'm Margarita.
All right, so I'm out here with
Tyrone.
All right, I'm out here with my friend.
Anastasia.
All right, so I'm out here with
Sinead.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. All right, so I'm here with
Cody.
Awesome, man. Nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you.
I'm here with
Connor.
Connor.
Valerie.
Nice to meet you guys. And what brought you out to Bali?
It was a spontaneous decision, just coming after I was traveling Japan. I just came here because I was like, I'm not going back to Germany because I'm not missing the weather.
So what are you guys doing out here in Bali?
I just moved here 2 weeks ago. I just become a digital nomad. I run a marketing agency, so I thought pack my bags from Melbourne, Australia and come over here.
That's awesome. So many Australians out here. So what are you doing in Bali? What are you doing at the world's best beach club?
We're at a boxing retreat for the past week, and this is how we're celebrating it wrapping up.
And what are your thoughts on Bali so far?
Bro, honestly, kind of mixed. Like, the traffic here is rough. All of my boys here, they either been sick or they had some pretty unfortunate situations. But other than that, the weather's great connections. I think definitely if you're working online, this is a great place for many people. But I think there is some things about it that's kind of low quality, which I'm not really sure about yet. So I'm not completely sold, but I could see myself maybe living here a couple months a year.
Awesome. So you've been out here in Bali for the past couple months. What's been the best part about Bali so far?
The best part, I think, is the food is great, the beach, the environment is so amazing, and the people that you meet here is from all around the world. You meet so many people from different industries. It's a great place to network, and there's just so much to do. It's a beautiful island.
Yeah. So what's your favorite part about living in Bali?
I don't know. I mean, the freedom, I guess. You can sort of just come to the beach right now. I just worked and then I'm here. I don't know. It's just you do whatever you want. And there's so many opportunities and people want to go do stuff. So you're not always stuck in a normal 9-to-5 office or something like that. You can work from the beach if you really wanted to. So I don't know, the freedom, I guess.
Dude, it's been so easy so far to come up to people. It's crazy how many digital nomads are actually out here, literally on the beach clubs, anywhere we go. And everyone's so eager and down to hop in the video. This is a perfect place to shoot a video like this. Can I ask, what do you do for work?
I'm cam model.
A what?
Cam model.
Cam model?
Yeah.
So what does that entail, if you don't mind talking a little bit more about it?
Yeah, sure. It's streaming in sexual way, so that's it.
That's awesome. And you can work from anywhere doing that, right?
Yeah, sure.
And why are you out here in Bali?
It's a bit of a mix. I have an online business, online coaching business, and then I also do a lot of video, travel videos, help you with a bit of video as well. Play some of my drone shots here maybe if you want. Kind of juicy, kind of nice. So a bit of everything.
Awesome. And what do you do for work out here?
So I own an e-commerce brand. So I've been doing that for the past 6 years. So pretty much operate it. I don't really do a whole lot. I have employees taking care of that. So that gives me the freedom to kind of do whatever. So yeah, I probably work a couple hours a week. So the rest I'm just on the beach or just doing random stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. And can I ask you, what do you do for a living?
Oh, I own some companies. I'm an investor. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's what I mainly do.
And so you're kind of living out here part-time now and then part-time in Dubai, you said?
Exactly. Mainly I live in Dubai.
Okay.
And, just flew in here 1.5 months ago. And yeah.
Awesome. So you're really living that digital nomad life.
Oh, yeah. It's beautiful, man.
Sweet.
It's beautiful.
And do you mind if I ask you, what do you do for work?
So I'm doing branding, social media, and modeling.
Cool. So can all that stuff be done from online? Can you work from anywhere, travel to Bali, and you're able to work out here? Or?
Yeah, I think modeling is a little harder in Bali maybe because it's such a small market for it, but branding and social media is you can do it from everywhere. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's cool. Do you mind if I ask you, what do you do for work?
I'm an online lifestyle coach.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So what type of clients do you work with typically?
I'm from Australia, so my clients are mainly in Australia, and we just work with people who really don't have any structure, need that accountability in their life. We give them a fitness plan, we give them nutrition plans, and we work with them to keep that discipline, really build that up, give them the structure and accountability that they need to really get firing and reach that peak performance sort of level.
That's awesome. So how'd you get into all this stuff in the first place?
Well, I used to work a normal 9 to 5 in Denmark, but then I always had a passion for videography. And then I just started making a business out of it. I started growing my brand, started developing my skills, started coaching. And yeah, I have my coaching business now. And then I do my passion on the side, which is videography. So it's great.
Sweet. So how did you get started in ecom?
So funny, I actually came across like a random ad on Instagram from Shopify talking about like, oh, they can start your own like e-commerce store without having any inventory. And at that point I was like, oh, this is so interesting, because I was always looking for something to do online, start my own business. And then I like clicked on the link, read the article, and I kind of got obsessed. So I consumed all the research I can find like for free. And then I launched my first store selling like cheap watches, and then like that did something, and that kind of like proved the point that, hey, this is possible. So I just kept it going, and then yeah, I've been doing it for 6 years now.
Yeah, that's awesome. So how did you get started in all this?
When COVID started, so I was a waitress in Russia, and our government is not really nice, because when COVID started, they just didn't pay me anything, and I was at home for 3 months straight with no money. And then my bestie came to my house and she was like, Rita, can I lick your feet for... One guy asked me to lick someone's feet for money. I was like, sure. Yeah. Then she was like, okay, now he asked you to lick my feet for money. Do you want? And I had no money. Like, I was like, sure, baby girl. So, yeah, then he's gone, and we were like, okay, we can make good money in this moment.
So given that you're in the coaching space, you provide a lot of advice for people. With that being said, you know, what would be some of your best pieces of advice for people either looking to start their own business, or maybe they're looking to get into content creation as well?
Yeah, a very good question. So first of all, stop caring about what your hometown friends think, what your friends from school think, people you don't even care about. So many people out there, they're not starting their business, they're not following their dreams because they care about what people they don't even talk to think. So if you can kind of just get over yourself and stop, like, because many people, they're kind of in the way of themselves, just do it. You know what I'm saying? So follow your dreams and don't let anyone tell you can't do it. I mean, I started making cringy YouTube videos. Everyone laughed at me for 2 years. Now I'm on the biggest medias in Denmark. I'm traveling with my best friends. I'm living the life I always wanted to live. So literally just be cringe, be yourself, and don't care what anyone thinks. Honestly.
All right, so if you could give people one piece of advice who are maybe getting started with ecom or an online business, they want to move out here, live this lifestyle, what would it be?
Biggest thing is like most people getting into e-commerce, like you're gonna fail. Like there's guaranteed I failed multiple different times. So like it's just part of the process. I feel like everyone just gets so discouraged when they like launch the first store and like it fails. It's like, oh, like, you know, this sucks or it's a scam or whatever. But it's not how it is. Like even people that have been doing it for a while like have failures. So it's just part of the process. I think you just like have to stay consistent and you can make it happen. Like if you just really commit to it and then literally like spend 6 months just like hammering it like back to back, like without like giving up, you're gonna make it happen. Like it's just a numbers game.
100%. So if you could recommend somebody else to kind of get into this business model, like how did you get started and what piece of advice could you give for somebody looking to start?
Oh, difficult question. I don't know, it sounds pretty cliche, but just being yourself. So I mean, I see a lot of models online and they look pretty similar, but when you're like unique, so for example, when I'm streaming, I'm just like myself. I can tell about what happened with me yesterday, how I fucked someone with details because I just want to share. So, and then here we go. I'm just myself and I do whatever I want, not what they want. Okay, I can do what they want for big money, of course.
Okay, so how many people typically tune into the stream?
It depends.
What's been like your biggest stream? Like how many people have been watching?
2,700.
Wow. And these people, like how do they pay you with donations during the stream, or how are you making money?
So I have like tip menu, and also, okay, I can tell you like one spicy story about my biggest tip just for my smile. $11,000 from a guy. He just tipped me.
$11,000 for her smile.
Yeah, so I was dressed up.
If you had one piece of advice for, you know, some beginners starting out, what would that be?
Well, that's a good question. I would say find your sweet spot. You know, I would mainly say focus on one thing. You know, everybody says, you know, have multiple income streams, do this, do that. No, I would say focus on one thing. You know, be the best at that. Try to make a living out of it, and don't rely on people's help. I think the best thing you should do is to find out what you're very good at doing. Establish a connection between yourself and the craft you want to achieve. And I think by doing that, you will develop your mindset on, that grind mode everybody's speaking about, and just never give up. I mean, there will be some hard days ahead of you, some lonely nights, but just keep on going. That's all I can say.
Love that. So if there's somebody out there at home who wants to, or they're thinking about kind of taking that next step, moving across the world to somewhere like Bali, what piece of advice could you give them before they do that?
Honestly, I think that if the ticket is within reach for you, book the ticket and everything else will line up. Like, the answer is already within you, and if you are thinking about doing it, you're going to eventually. And I think that with any of the stuff that I talk about, like, take fast action, seize the fact that you have the opportunity in the first place. Everything will line up after that. Like, if you have the money in the bank account for the ticket, take the trip. Worst case scenario, you take a round trip and go back home and save up again and try it again. But it's amazing what's on the other side of that action.
Love it. Book a ticket. Yeah. And this life definitely isn't for everyone. So who would you say is best fit to go out there to start their online business, to start traveling the world, to start taking this leap of faith and all these risks?
Well, you need a big why. Like, you need to have a big why. Why am I doing this? Why am I waking up at 6 a.m. working for free? I work for free. I made YouTube videos for 2 years. I made no money. I embarrassed myself in all of Denmark. Denmark with 5 million people. So if you do something, people will notice, right? So you got to be willing to work for free, give it everything, even though you're not getting paid. Learn from people above you, throw away your ego. I always say everyone can do it because there's different levels. Like, you can make 10K a month. That's achievable for a lot of people if they just, stay consistent and get good at one thing. But 20K, 30K, 50K, okay, it's maybe not for everyone, but everyone can make money online from the computer. It just takes consistency and a big enough why, so you keep going.
Love that. And would you say that college is necessary or important to help you achieve success in your life, in your career?
Okay, I went to uni in London. I literally learned nothing over there. It's a waste of time. Honestly, if you want to do it, you can do it. Yeah. But I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. I mean, my little sister, for example, she wanted to go to college too, but I advised her to make business, and now she's 19 right now, and she makes almost five figures every month. So yeah, she's doing good without college. I'm doing good without college. Yeah. So I think everybody else can do that too.
That's awesome. And I know you have some pretty hot takes. You've been on national TV in Denmark, and you're seen as the Danish Andrew Tate in some people's eyes. So I got to ask you, what is your most controversial take?
Yeah, it's not very hard to be controversial today because people, sorry for my language, but people are pussies today. Like, they literally get pissed about anything. I think one of my most controversial takes is I said bullying is good. If you're fat, it's your own fault. You have to take responsibility. There's only 2 genders. Ooh, so controversial. And yeah, if you're a girl, you probably shouldn't have a body count over 5. I don't think this is controversial, but some people might think so out there, and that's fine. I mean, I don't really think so. I just live in the real world, and people are brainwashed, so.
So I got to ask you, would you talk to a girl that has a body count higher than 5?
I would talk to her. I probably just wouldn't wife her up.
You wouldn't wife her up. Even casually, would you hang out with her? Would you let her spend the night?
That depends on how many drinks I'm deep.
Okay, well, you heard it there first, folks. I know you got a big exit on the way and lots of stuff coming up. Could you possibly share with them, maybe your biggest month you've ever had revenue-wise or something like that?
Yeah, so last Q4 we had about the biggest month in last Q4. Q4 is like the busiest season, like in e-commerce, and our biggest month is around like 1.5 million. And yeah, it's pretty good. So like it's like pretty seasonal also. Like, obviously don't really do that every single month throughout the year, but Q4 like October, November, December, it's like the best time. And yeah, our biggest month last year was 1.5, and we're looking to probably double that this year. So
7 figures per month. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So do you mind if I ask you, what's the most money you've ever made in a month?
164,000 in 2020 December.
Wow, that's awesome. And that's with the educational consulting as well?
I was working with one client on a profit share, and we just got our biggest month then. We did 1.2 million, and that's how I usually engage with clients, on profit shares. So that was all through a sales call funnel, and yeah, that was the most.
That's crazy. So what's the most amount of money, this could be revenue across all different sources, that you've ever made in a single month?
25K.
What type of money can you make, or better yet, what's the most amount of money maybe you've made in 1 month, or from one shoot or particular project you're working on?
So I think like mine is like 5-figure for like one shoot.
So do you mind if I ask you, it's a little bit more of a personal question, but what's maybe the highest amount of revenue that you've generated either for a client or maybe in 1 month or something like that, just to inspire people out there?
Well, I work with businesses that make a lot of money. So I guess from a Facebook advertising standpoint, I average around for one client about maybe 105K a month for them, and I spent about $5,000. So that's a pretty good 20x ROAS.
Yeah, that's awesome. So how much money have you made in 1 month streaming, feet pics, feet licks, all up, everything in?
Months.
In 1 month?
Okay, maybe around $20,000 was my...
$20,000 in a month for feet pics, maximum, and streaming. Should we drop the link to your stream in the description?
Yeah.
I see a day, see a job is what it made me. Shit be freaking bravery. See it's mine is slavery. 9 to 5, grind and strive. Fucking nigga pay me less. It pay my bills.